We are covering the courts and looking ahead to some big trials happening next week in Spartanburg County. They have a very busy docket ahead of them. In fact, I talked with the clerk of court, and she says it's likely a lot of those cases are going to end up getting pushed back to other weeks. But the first name on the docket is one we've covered before, and it goes back to a pretty high-profile murder from about 3 years ago. So take a look. This is Carrion Garrett. He's charged with shooting and killing 15-year-old Knowledge Jeter in December 2019. Now, he also faces 3 attempted murder charges, as well as possession of a weapon during a deadly crime and burglary in the second degree. Spartanburg police say Knowledge Jeter was riding in the back of a car on Hillendale Drive when he was shot in December 2019. He was taken to the hospital, but he died later on. And it wasn't until the next month, in January, that Garrett was arrested. Investigators told us at the time that they had received a tip about Garrett, and that's what led them to charge him the next day. Now, Garrett has been in the Spartanburg County Detention Center since then. Attempted murder carries a maximum sentence of 30 years. Possession of a weapon is another 5 years. Burglary in the second degree brings a max sentence of 15 years. And of course, with that murder charge, he could be looking at life behind bars. But that's going to be one of the cases we're paying close attention to next week. So we'll let you know how it turns out next Friday when we're right back here covering the courts. But we did catch that there were a lot of drug offenses going to trial next week. We wanted to tell you about Jonathan Whitner. He's facing a whole slew of charges, including manufacturing cocaine, possession of narcotics, and attempted murder, as well as possession of a weapon during a deadly crime. And then on top of that, he's actually a convicted felon, and convicted felons of violent crimes are not allowed to have a weapon like a firearm. And so there's an additional charge with that. But like I said, there are so many cases lined up to go to court next week. It's unlikely they're going to get through all of them. So we're going to keep you updated on these, and you can check back next Friday when we continue to cover the courts. And if you need any updates in the meantime, you can always check us out at foxcarolina.com.